The Bureau Boys is an improvised detective serial. Every Monday morning, the Bureau Boys solve crimes based on clues sent in by their informants.
That's you! Go to thebureauboys.com to submit your clues, informant.
Previously on the Bureau Boys.
Detective Potter pulls arm over arm, locking his legs around Detective Riley's shoulders, and lifts both of the Bureau Boys off of the floor. Detective Potter starts to swing the Bureau Boys back and forth, swinging closer and closer to what appears to be a gap.
Now, let's get the hell out of here. Detective Riley hoists a trapdoor.
The Bureau Boys, as they wander around the kitchen, are noticing that the appliances are all still gleaming. The stove is still spotless and immaculate, even though dust covers the entire rest of the Jack-in-the-Box.
You were probably going to say that you think someone probably still takes care of this place and might even live here.
Suddenly, from behind a freezer, the Bureau Boys hear a slow clapping. From behind the freezer walks a young man.
The face, it's hidden behind some mask.
Sticking out from all over the mask is long blonde hair.
Detective Riley, look at that hair. It reminds me of the hair we found on the knife that Gwendolyn gave us.
It is I, Master Timothy Marionette.
We can't just take your word that you're Master Timothy Marionette.
As the man slowly starts to lift the mask up, there's a sharp bang from the back of the kitchen.
The Bureau Boys, look behind them, quickly. They see nothing. They turn back.
The man is gone.
He's gone. We had him. He was right here.
The man darts out the door, jumps into the Bureau Boys' car, and peels away on its flattened tires. The Bureau Boys race out of the Jack-in-the-Box to pursue him. Thank you to Informant Tyler for this week's clue, mushroom. The Bureau Boys dash out into the bright sunlight outside of the Jack-in-the-Box, hot on the heels of the mysterious masked man who just left them behind.
He also left behind his mask, lying on the side of the road as he sped away. The boys gave a light jog towards the car before realizing they weren't going to catch up.
Even though all the tires had been slashed, somehow the car was getting enough traction to get away from the boys.
Detective Riley, if you weren't so malnourished, we'd be able to chase down this car, and if my upper body wasn't so huge and muscular, we would have already tracked down this car.
You're constantly skipping your cardio.
I don't skip it. I just think it's for wusses.
Is it worth it? Was it worth it? I just need food. Okay, that's what I need. What you failed to give me.
Okay. We just left that whole kitchen filled with all sorts of literally every animal I could think of that I would ever want to eat was in that fridge, in that kitchen. Detective Riley, we're at each other's throats again.
God, you're right. Just then they realized their hands were gripping each other's necks, squeezing ever so slightly. Detective Potter, you gotta let go.
God, I'm sorry.
The boys let go at the same time, without a countdown this time.
I'm so
glad.
What the hell is with this place, Detective Riley? I've never wanted to choke you before. Well, I shouldn't say that, but I feel like I never would have acted on choking you out before.
Yeah, I've definitely... The thought has crossed my mind many times in the past,
well,
but
I
would never... Yeah, take action? No, of course, no, not do it. There must be something... There's something with this Jack-in-the-Box that's just driving people to hate each other, harm each other.
Detective Riley, maybe we should take a step back at this. Look, the guy in the mask is gone at this point, unless he crashed just up the road like we did when we were trying to drive that car, but...
I think he's past the single tree that's out here in the desert.
That's a good point. I can see a plume of smoke just disappearing over the horizon. That car can move, by the way.
When you got a good driver behind the wheel.
Oh, okay, well, that's a little...
Unlike you.
The Bureau Boys start strangling each other again.
It's happening again. You've got to let go.
I'm sorry.
The boys release each other's necks at the same time.
God, I'm sorry. I don't know what's coming over me. It's this rage.
Okay, all right. We got to have a plan in place. We can't keep choking each other. It's too dangerous to be this close in proximity to one another. I think we need some kind of social distancing.
Do you want to use these Bureau-issued walkie-talkies?
Yeah, there's no better time to use them but right now, because we can't be around each other. It's too dangerous.
Okay, why don't you go into the Jack in the Box, because I know you want to get yourself something to eat.
Yep. I'm already walking.
Okay, perfect. I'm walking the other way, and Detective Potter pushes the button on his walkie-talkie. Hey, Detective Riley, do you copy? Over.
Yeah, thank you. I read you, Detective Potter. Over and out.
Detective Riley, just so you're clear, over and out means the conversation is completely over. So if you want to just have each line be done, you just say over. Over.
Detective Riley doesn't hear a word because he's already placed the walkie-talkie in the trash bin while he's whipping up some eggs.
Detective Potter wanders toward the tree where the Bureau Boys had crashed. The sounds of the desert encircle him and get more ominous and dreary and spooky.
Detective Riley, come in. Over. Detective Riley, over.
Dead silence from Detective Riley's side. He must already be neck deep in a couple cows.
He is neck deep in a couple of cows because we can see him neck deep in a couple of cows.
Detective Potter spies him through the window, just gnawing away, happy as a clam, not thinking about a thing in the world.
Detective Potter frantically pushes the squelch button on his walkie-talkie to try to get Detective Riley's attention.
Squelch, squelch, squelch.
Detective Potter sees Detective Riley looking left and right, confused, looking around. Is there a fire alarm going off?
Detective Riley finally looks out the window where he sees Detective Potter, who points at his own walkie-talkie, then points into the Jack-in-the-Box toward Detective Riley's walkie-talkie. Detective Riley finally gets the clue.
Detective Riley fishes out the walkie-talkie he had carelessly discarded in the trash bin. He presses the button. Yeah, what do you want? Over. Yeah, I'm eating here. What's going on? Over.
Detective Riley, did I just see you take your walkie-talkie out of the trash? Over?
It was an impulsive decision. It's not that I didn't want to talk to you. It's just I figured I would retrieve it later. I didn't think we were going to be talking so soon.
Are you done? Over? You didn't say over. Over.
Over.
Detective Riley, I don't know what's going on out here, but I'm hearing desert sounds. I'm hearing some ominous noises. I feel like the desert is closing in on me. I think I'm going to have to come into the Jack-in-the-Box with you. Over.
You're okay. You're all right. It's gonna be a good time tonight. Do you want me to continue my little nursery rhyme for you, Detective Potter? Make you feel better? Detective Potter looks incredulously through the window. Not sure if he wants to be read a bedtime story for comfort, or if he just wants to talk through the spooky situation that he's caught in.
No, Detective Riley, I do not want to hear a bedtime story. I want you to say over when you're done with your whatever the hell you're doing over there.
Detective Riley gets furious. He walks out of the Jack-in-the-Box, yelling into his walkie-talkie. Well, if you want me to say over, you can come over here and say over for me then. Okay, how about that? Over.
Detective Potter storms toward Detective Riley, waving his walkie-talkie into the air.
I'll say goddamn over whenever the hell I want to say over. And if I want you to say over every once in a while, you say over.
Hey, you come over here and make me say over then.
You just said over when you said come over here, you idiot. You goddamn hippie idiot.
The Bureau Boys come closer and closer, brandishing their walkie-talkies like swords. They swing their walkie-talkies at one another. They clash. Feedback fills the air. Despite Detective Riley's malnourished body and Detective Potter's rippling muscles, neither Bureau Boy can get the upper hand.
The static building swirling in the air. It's almost palpable, almost visible. The amount of electrical charge being emitted from the violence, the chaos.
More importantly, the sounds of their walkie-talkies clashing drowns out the ominous sounds that Detective Potter had heard just moments before. The Bureau Boys are both distracted by the duel they find themselves locked in.
The Bureau Boys cross antennas, get close. Their walkie-talkies somehow locked in together. They're now face to face, arm to arm, body to body.
Detective Riley.
Detective Potter.
It's happening again.
I have an uncontrollable urge to strike you down. I can't stop it.
Detective Riley, you have to. I love you.
I love you. As they admit their brotherly love for one another, a sonic wave explodes between them, forcing them apart.
Detective Potter is thrown across the street, lands in the sort of underbrush of the desert.
There's not much street that he crossed. It's mostly desert. Detective Riley finds himself laying at the foot of the stairs leading up to the entrance of the Jack-in-the-Box.
For this Jack-in-the-Box is a grand Jack-in-the-Box. It's not a street-level entry Jack-in-the-Box like every other Jack-in-the-Box that everyone has ever seen. This Jack-in-the-Box requires it's not handicap accessible, let's just say.
It was built before anyone cared about the handicapped, and no one bothered to update it ever since.
Perhaps that's why only a tire swing led to Gwendolyn Benefif's lair. For there were no stairs, no escalators, no elevators to accommodate the American Disability Act.
But that's neither here nor there. Let's get back to the boys. Detective Potter, are you okay?
Yes, Detective Riley, are you okay?
I'm pretty sore.
Me too. This has been a rough week that we've been here. I mean, we left Man's Chinese Theater a long time ago, Detective Riley, and time is so weird here.
If only there was a way to somehow get ourselves out of this time. There's something here that's causing these manic attacks between us.
As Detective Riley is speaking, and sitting on the ground, he absent-mindedly starts picking at some mushrooms that have grown in the shade of the Jack-in-the-Box. And of course, there's plenty of shade because the Jack-in-the-Box is 2 stories tall.
Detective Riley mindlessly eats a couple caps from the mushrooms.
Detective Potter is horrified from across the street. Detective Riley, what are you doing? You can't just eat wild mushrooms. Not here in the desert where mushrooms are so scarce.
Huh? Well, I didn't even think about it. They were just right there.
As Detective Riley starts to protest, his pupils grow wide and wide and wide and wide. They start to make those little spirally things like they do in cartoons.
Detective Potter finds himself transfixed on the swirling eyes of Detective Riley. He draws nearer to Detective Riley, not of his own volition, seemingly under the power of Detective Riley's swirling eyeballs.
Detective Riley is my God King.
Worship me. Eat the mushrooms. Join me.
Detective Riley has leaned into the role of God King almost immediately.
It's a little disturbing to Detective Potter how easily he succumbed to this new reality. Of course, Detective Potter couldn't resist himself as he knelt down and picked a few mushrooms for himself.
Detective Potter crams the mushrooms into his mouth. His pupils grow wider and wider and wider.
Until swirls start swirling in Detective Potter's eyes, just like Detective Riley's. They sit cross-legged in front of one another, staring wide-eyed, not blinking into each other's pupils.
As they do, the mysterious sounds that Detective Potter heard from just earlier start to pick up again. The desert sounds, the ominous, spooky desert sounds begin again. Shadows start to close in on the boys. Shadows, desert shadows from across the street, from above the Jack-in-the-Box, from all around the Bureau boys. They begin to close in menacingly.
Detective Potter, I don't feel safe here.
Detective Riley, I will go where you tell me to go.
Take my hand. We must fly. We must fly!
Anything, my God King. Will the Bureau boys escape the voices, the ominous presence that's closing in on them from all sides?
What dimension do the boys find themselves in now? And how will this inform the rest of their journey to solve the case of the missing Master Muppeteer?
Didn't this used to be a detective show? Tune in next week to Chapter 7 of the case of the missing Master Muppeteer to find out.